The Art and History of Violin Cases was the first, and so far the only book devoted to violin cases. I wrote it as a celebration of the rich cultural history of these essential companions of the violin and bow throughout the centuries. The book is divided into 5 sections, historically the most important and influential regions for case making, and they are Italy, England, France, Germany, and last but not least the United States of America. Some of the most important and interesting examples of cases are from northern Italy from the 17th and 18th centuries. It's not often realized that Stradivari himself made cases in addition to his violins, and this is quite possibly one of his. And at the opposite end of the scale we have this example of Amish frugality from Lancaster County in Pennsylvania, made by a coffin maker who, when the player outgrew the bow and a larger bow had to be used, simply adapted the case. Around the year 1885, the firm of W.E. Hill & Son in London made 12 of the most expensive, most beautiful violin cases ever made. They were made purely for golden period Stradivari violins, only for royalty, very wealthy clients, and we're lucky enough to have 2 of them here in our collection, no 2 being the same. These are the famous Apostle violin cases. The French aesthetic was somewhat different from the English, as was the workmanship, and this example from the workshop of Paul Bailly in Paris celebrates the snakes and palm leaves of Napoleon's ill-fated Egyptian campaign. Notice also on the inside the use of a piano-type hinge and a lock with 4 prongs. In the 1940s, continental America produced some exceptionally fine cases with exotic skins. Here we have walrus from Alaska in the west to alligator from Florida in the east. And notice the luxurious, if somewhat impractical, plush velvet blanket on the inside to protect the violin. So you can read more about these violin cases and other fine selections from the great museums of the world in my book, The Art and History of Violin Cases, which can be ordered from Barnes & Noble or Amazon.com, or more cheaply from my own website, www.violincasecollecting.com, and there it will cost you about $40.